Hey, what's up, YouTube? Hey, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Hey, look, man, y'all see what the title is, man. It's time for us to stop messing around, and it's time for us to go ahead and get rich. I know that sounds strange, to come right out the gate saying it's time for us to start getting rich. But the reality is this, it's time. So listen, let's jump right into this thing. Everyone saw the election results. Some people are happy, some people not so happy, okay? At the end of the day, the election results are the election results. And you can't change them, but what you can do is you can control what you can control. You can't control the outcome of national elections, but you can control yourself. You can control the things that you do to put yourself in a better position or in the best position for success. So let's make sure that we are keeping that in the front of our minds, okay? Here's a question. What category would you put yourself in? Are you wealthy? Are you rich? Are you middle class? Are you upper lower class? Are you lower class? Here's the thing. Here's another question. When the food prices went up, how did it affect you? When the gas prices went up, how did it affect you? All these things matter. But let me tell you who it didn't affect. It didn't affect Bill Gates. It didn't affect Warren Buffett. It didn't affect Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, Tyler Perry, and a whole host of other billionaires and multimillionaires. It didn't affect them because they have the money. None of them, no one who I mentioned was born into wealth. Everyone who I mentioned was born into either middle class or they were born into poverty. And they came out of those circumstances through hard work, effort, and not being afraid. Not being afraid to make the moves that need to be made that's going to change the entire trajectory of their life. So let me clear this up again. I said it in another video, and that is I am not a financial advisor, and I'm not here to try to tell you what to do with your money, meaning specifically what to do, okay? But what I will say is it's time, y'all. It's time. It's time for us to stop messing around, okay? It's too many people becoming millionaires on a daily basis in this country. Millionaires. Because they were not afraid to put the effort in. They were not afraid to put their money in places that allows their money to make money. So in the next few years, this country is about to go through some pretty turbulent things, okay? People on the lower end of the spectrum, and listen, I am not trying to fearmonger. I'm not here to try to tell you that something bad is going to happen to you or some well-being. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's going to be, the rich is going to get richer and the poor are going to get poorer. And if you remember me saying this in another video, between Friday and Monday, the wealth gap spreads just a little bit wider because people get paid on Friday. They go spend all their money, giving it right back to the same people who just gave it to them. So the wealth gap, it just gets wider and wider. And what they do, they take the money and they invest it and they get, 10 to 12 to 15% interest off the money that you just gave them right back. They're going to give you next Friday or the Friday after next, the same amount of money that they gave you this last Friday. And nothing's going to change until your circumstances change. So again, I'm not here to fearmonger. I just want everyone to take this thing super rich. It's time to start on this journey. It's time to start the journey of getting rich. Not overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. But it's a marathon, not a sprint. And anyone who's willing to get on this journey has to understand that over time, you're going to see the results. If you're looking for instant results, you might want to go to another video. I am never going to tell people that you're going to get rich quick. Okay? Not in the market. Not in the market. You're not. But if you're willing to put that time and that effort, and if you're willing to continue to invest, continue to every payday, buying specific stocks every single payday, nonstop, just for a long period of time, just continuing and continuing to purchase, to purchase, to purchase. Because every share that you own, remember, you get, if it's a dividend stock, every share that you own, you're gonna get a dividend. Okay? You're gonna get a dividend. Some dividends are monthly, some are quarterly, some are semi-annually, and some are just annually. But let me ask you a question. If you're walking in the street and somebody just walked into you and gave you $5, are you gonna be mad? No, that's $5 that you didn't have. It's time, y'all. It's time. It's time to put foolish things aside. It's time to look at your circumstances. It's time to put your current families or your future families in the best position for success. Because contrary to what a lot of people might believe, no one's coming. There's no cavalry coming to save you. Okay? If this bubble does burst here in the United States, no one is coming to your house to see if you're okay. No one's coming to give you some food. It's not going to happen. There's going to be a lot of people out here in these streets that are going to be wondering where their next meal is going to come from. There's going to be a lot of people out in these streets that are not going to be able to pay the gas bill, the light bill. Won't be able to put gas in the tank to be able to drive to work if they have jobs. Okay? So, are the prices high right now? We know they're pretty high. So here's a question. How did it make you feel when the prices start going up? How did it affect you and your home? How much do you have left over after you pay all your bills now in comparison to a few years ago? And this is coming from a country that had the fastest economic growth post-pandemic than any industrialized or civilized, I'll say, well, I don't want to call anybody civilized. I mean, every human being is actually civilized, but I'm talking about all the countries in the world that are considered, like your Western, industrialized countries, countries that have a lot of money coming in and going out, right? I mean, don't let the fear of the unknown stop you from finding out if this is going to work. Because if I had made that decision, if I had said, man, this might not work, I would not be in the financial situation that I'm in to this day. I'm not here to tell you that I'm some rich guy, but I'm very comfortable. My family doesn't have to worry about where we're going to eat. Our light bills are going to be paid. Our mortgage is paid. Because I did some things a few years ago that are now paying off. And the only thing I'm trying to do is beat this drum that if you just start, and I'm talking about the people who haven't even started, who don't even, not even, don't even have a 401k at their jobs. You don't need a 401k at your job. If you have a cell phone, you can do exactly what I'm talking about right now. And that's just invest in the stock market. So don't let other people tell you not to start investing in the market. You don't lose money in the market unless you sell and the price is down. Then you lose. Well, guess what? In 2020, when the COVID pandemic started, a lot of the stock market crashed. It went down a lot. You know what I was doing? I was buying more. I was buying more stock. Why? Because I knew that it was temporary. I knew that we would bounce back in time. And when we bounced back, all those new shares that I purchased for low, the price went through the roof. Simple. But imagine had I not lined up at the starting line to start the race, to start the journey, then none of that right there would have even mattered. So as I said, don't let other people tell you, not to invest, and you don't lose a dime until you sell. In the same market that Warren Buffett invests in is the same market that you'll be investing in. There's no rich people market and new people market. It's the same stock market. Of course, Warren Buffett is a billionaire, so he can invest billions of dollars and get returns off of billions of dollars, whereas you're going to probably be starting off with, smaller amounts. I'm not going to count your money. You know what you can afford to start with, but starting is the key. Okay. When things get a little hectic, you will be positioned to sustain a reasonable life once you get going. Okay. What if you start and then 6 years from now, things start getting really crazy here in the United States? At a very minimum, you have at least a comma, after one number and a comma, minimum. Whether or not that's eight, nine, $6, $7, $8, $9,000, you'll have that. That's better than what a lot of people are going to have. They're not going to have anything. Don't be a part of the people who don't have anything when you have an opportunity right now to have your money grow. And remember what I said, if you watch one of my other videos, I put in there, I said, listen, you put your money in the bank, you're going to get less than 1% interest. Unless it's a money market savings account in which you need at least $4,000 or $5,000 to even open. Okay? So that means that you're getting a regular savings account and they're giving you less than 1%. Less than 1%. The market is going to give you, on average, the S&P 500 on average, I want to say, and I could be a little off, but let's say the S&P 500 over the last 20 years have averaged out at about 15%. 15? And I could be off. I could be low. And to be quite honest with you, I think I'm running a little low. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I believe that I'm running a little low. Okay, so now is a great time to start. There are YouTube videos out there where content creators are kind of showing you how to pick different companies that are positioned to take off. Okay, you can just type in. You can just type in the search. Help me find companies to invest in, and they'll show you how to look and what search engines out there on the internet that you can go to. They got stock picking websites out there that you can go to for free and put in certain criteria, and it'll list a bunch of companies, and then you do some research on maybe 2 or 3 of them, and then those are 2 or 3 that you're just gonna go hard in the paint with. Okay, so listen, I hope that this makes some sense, but this is what I want to say before I close. In financial literacy, you need to research companies. You can't just let somebody tell you about a company and then you just go and dump some money into it. You need to go and look to see how long the company's been around, what's new, what's so fascinating about them that's about to take off. Okay, that's about to take off. Think through your research. It's just simple analysis. Listen, I'm not asking you to be a financial analyst or anything like that. No, it's very simple information that you can look at to see how the company is doing and how they've been doing over the course of 5, 10, 15 years. Okay, if they're doing good, then let's rock. If they're not doing good, and you do some reading and you notice that there's change in leadership, the new leader is not that good, then you might not want to invest in that company. It's all different types of criteria that you're looking for. Okay, now, so that's it, young people. That's it. It's time to stop messing around. It's time to put your money in a place that's going to grow. It's going to help you, your family, your future families, to come out the gate strong and position for success. Hopefully nothing happens here in the United States where we have to, kind of use the money that we've been trying to save to get to a really, really good place. But if you do have to use it, at least you have more than 1% savings, less than 1% savings. At least you got 8, 9, 10, 12% interest savings, right? And that's what I call it. It's really savings, right? Because the money's just sitting out there in the stock market and it's just growing for you. Are there going to be some up days? Yes. Are there going to be some down days? Yes. Okay. Remember, if it starts here and it finishes here, are you mad? If it went down on the way up, no, you're not going to be mad. You're going to be happy because you're only looking for the end result. Your end result is that your money gets larger. That's your end result. Okay. No one is going to come to your house and force you to invest. No one's coming to make sure that everything's okay in your household. No one's going to do that. These are things that you have to do. These are things that you have to be concerned with. And it's that simple. So listen, I'm going to get out of here. With that being said, listen, continue to think and grow. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.